always on the move. Before anything else, let me have a little introduction of who I am. My name is Lovella V. Cabaña, a philosophy major student, unexpectedly, and hopefully an incoming third year in Mindanao State University main campus. I am here in front of you to talk about life and myself. When I was still a kid, in my grade school years, I always look up to my mother, who is a public school teacher, admiring her how she taught kids to read and write every single day, and also I at our home. Then I have decided to become one as well, like mother and daughter they say. When I reach my high school years, I am having second thoughts on it, upon knowing that teaching kids how to read and write are just the little things that teachers do. Paperworks give me headache because I sometimes help my mother at school making grade card, Form 137, enrollment and LIS, and many more. This leads me to a decision of taking another course, which is BS Nursing in the future. And now that I have reached college, hello world! Far from being a teacher and a nursing student is a philosopher in the making. This series of decisions I have made led me to something that I treasure as of this moment. As much as we don't want to face changes, we deal on it even in times that we don't know, and it happens unthinkably. Change is defined to make different in some particular, may it be in objects, places, events, people, and even in ourselves. It is something connected to each one of us and to this world that we are living in. When I think of how when I am still young and turns into who I am today, when the sky is in striking heat and it rains after, when I think of yesterday and tomorrow, I already knew that the world is not stagnant. Everything is on the move and is subject to change. We cannot get away with it nor show avoidance on such natural phenomenon. Have we ever imagined a world where every object is stagnant and when the world has stopped rotating? No, right? We would become outrageous if such will occur. We know that we start to ask ourselves, what causes us to change and who are the ones responsible for it? The changes that we are facing today is not because of the material objects that we have possession on, not the people who surrounds us, not their judgment nor their comments about us. But it is because we want to and there is a need for us to change. It starts within ourselves. It starts within each of us. Let us not our actions nor our identity be defined by the objects or by the others. Instead, we do it for our own sake. Way back when I was still a freshman, I had this subject, history in Western philosophy, and I get to know this ancient philosopher named Heraclitus. I have not met him personally, but I wish I had, and he was only introduced by my instructor. As what I have said earlier, the world cannot be stagnant, and so in relation to change, he has this passage which have stayed in my mind since then after I heard and learned about this. Change is the only constant in this world. This means that the regularity of change is greatly inherent in the world. Whether we like it or not, it is bound to happen. Some of us are afraid to face these changes. It is scary, yet the door for curiosity is open. We have no choice but to accept this whole new thing, to fully embrace this newness that we will embark in the future. There are factors why we undergo changes in life, such as in times when we experience heartbreak because of disappointments, relationship failure, losing a pet or a loved ones. It could be when the moments when we don't feel ourselves, when we are lost, and when loneliness engulfs us in. We forgot ourselves for a moment, and we are afraid that we could do something to break such regularity, because nothing seems permanent in this world but, again, change. I remember the time when I get low marks in my major quizzes and exams. I may fail to pass the subject and course if it will continue to be like this, which is not good. Then I have thought of a change to surpass the struggles on and told myself, I can't be always like this. This is not healthy. I can do better than that. This is not what a student should be. I cannot seem to have this so-called time management. It is a change for me, for I never had this before. I have tried it, although other times do fail because I'm a big procrastinator myself, and I used to do things in 11th hour. But I realized that I will never grow and learn from this unhealthy cycle. These changes can affect our whole system. Best advice is to have these changes in a slow pace and manner and truly embrace such decision of changing one's life. Let us not be drastic about it. Though it would give us a fast result, but it can't be sustained for a long period of time and may cause harm to ourselves. While embracing change could be for the better, others have it worse. When I was still in first year college, I met this guy. We are co-majors and his name is Christian, and after then we became friends. I could say that he is a brother of mine in the same university. We rely on each other, do what friends do. But just recently, I have felt that he is changing the way he acted on me and when I am around. And he seemed to join other circle, which I find as not a problem at all. What I didn't seem to understand is why is he acting that way. I keep asking myself whether I did something wrong or does he have a problem. We stopped talking for 3 months now. Though we still see each other since we are classmates, well, it is kind of awkward. Later on, I realized that there is a kind of change that is inherent to oneself and cannot be intervened by other people, even the closest peers we have. It may hard to deal with at first, but I accepted the changes that he has given me. Maybe he's having a hard time dealing his own battles and don't want me to be involved. We also have a time to ourselves when we want to be isolated and maybe new to everyone. The best possible thing to do is give them space and reflect on their changes. Am I immune to such acts even though I have experienced it multiple times? No, I don't, because these changes may seem familiar to me, but it occurs in different places, different time, and in different people. Just like to another borrowed statement from Heraclitus, you cannot step on the same river twice, which means that everything we do is bound to change. Let us say that you made to choose the same choices twice, but in different circumstances. And their results will not be guaranteed as the same to the first choice that we have made. As to what I have told you before, I was expecting myself to become a nursing student, but I failed to pass the nursing entrance exam. I have to change plans to continue pursuing a college degree. I told myself over and over again, this is not yet the end. I will find a way. I went hunting from biology to psychology to animal science, which are somehow closely related to nursing, but luck was not on my side. Then I have decided to look for something different and unexpectedly enrolled in my current program, which is BA Philosophy. If you would ask me if I still want to pursue nursing, yes, I still do. But I know that it will never be the same for philosophy. It's deeply engraved in my heart. It is something that I can never let go. For philosophy saved me wonderfully. I will show you a short clip where I did not expect myself to end up on it. It was when I was still in senior high and we are told to promote the course we would like to take in college in line with the strand, and when I was still in grade 12, UMS.
Magandang araw sa inyo. Ako si Lovella V. Cabaña, galing sa grade 12 review. Ang napili kong kurso ay Filosofiya or Philosophy in English. Ano nga ba ang filosofiya? Ang filosofiya ay hango sa Griegong salita na philos na ang ibig sabihin ay pagmamahal at sophia na ang ibig sabihin naman ay karunungan. Kaya tinatawag itong pagmamahal sa karunungan. Kung ikaw ay may malawak na pag-iisip at maraming katanungan na gusto mong bigyan ng kasagutan, huwag nang magdalawang isip pa. Ang kursong filosofiya ay maghihintay sa iyong pagdating.
Changing path is somewhat scary, but the unexpected results in it are the things that we always look for. A decision can be repeatedly made, but look thoroughly on how has your life become when you decide to let go of something, especially those precious decisions or precious events and things. Just like they say, there is always a rainbow after the rain, and when those changes we have decided upon makes us a better person for ourselves. At the age of 20, I have experienced things that are out of my written tomorrow, if I do have one. The struggles help me to become a better version of myself, accepting these changes, of course. And I have this motto in life which I would be glad to share it to you. Life is like water, go with the flow and ride the waves. Life is like a free flow journey in accordance with time. It cannot have backflows and stops if we want to. Let us try to imagine a waterfall that goes upward. It's a ridiculous sight, of course. And this water changes according to its flows. Sometimes it goes steady and sometimes goes crazy as a storm. And when the storm brings unexpected events which leads us in changing the course of our way, but there is no way for us to get away from it. Instead, we deal in it with a mindset needed. Saying goes, when we encounter these changes, it may be new to us, but we'll make it through along the way. Change is historical. It is present and also a future for all of us. Thank you.